Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, I'm going to be reviewing another cheaply made film from the past. So, I'm doing an oldie again. It's on my to-do list, even though technically you could call it a notebook, I guess. Well, I'm calling it a to-do list anyway, so whatever, I guess. Anyway, it's a western this time around, so the film I'll be reviewing is the one titled Lucky Texan, starring John Wayne. So yeah, I'm going way far back, folks. That's what's damn short. Yeah, I don't talk about Western movies that often. Well, not as much as I want to anyway. Even though it's not really my favorite genre, but hey, I'll give it a watch anyway. So, as usual, I have to talk about the plot. So let's just dive right into it, shall we? So, here we go. Let's just go into it. So the main character, we are introduced to this dude named Jenry Mason, whom is supposed to be this young Texan, and there's this guy named Jake, yeah, an old rancher, become partners and strike it rich with a gold mine. Then they have to find the fact that their lives are complicated by these bad guys. And thus, there's this woman, of course, who will play an important part of the story. So, when these miners, the main character and his friend, turn in the gold at his zone office, the zone officials pretty much do something, I guess you can say. They pretty much do like a trail back to the mine and basically shot this individual. So, yeah, somebody gets shot, someone's killed off, so of course, things could become rather crazy. Yep, someone gets shot and is killed. Of course. Yeah, so, yeah, supposedly the dead friend comes back to life because he actually survived. So, but the other character, he gets arrested because he supposedly killed his friend. So things become pretty crazy as the story goes. Well, gotta make it interesting somehow, of course. Of course, there has to be some villains in the story. Because, of course, gotta make the story seem interesting somehow. Like I always say, folks, if there's no conflict, then there's no drama. If there's no drama, then there's no story. And if there's no story, then there is no reason for me to actually care. But thankfully, there's plenty of drama going around in this movie. Well, gotta keep things entertaining somehow. That's for damn sure. Yeah, this one may not be as action packed as some of the other westerns I've reviewed, but I guess what really matters in this one is the characters and the overall plot, which is fine by me actually. So I guess they were trying to make this one be really interesting, even though they have very little to work with. But just like I said about a bunch of these other cheap, low budget features I'm always seem to be reviewing, I guess what's important is what they can do with it, I guess. And that's what they did. They did they did the best of what they had here. I'm not quite sure what era of Texas is supposed to take place in exactly, but it doesn't seem to matter that much because you see what the story has to say, of course. What matters is the story, I suppose. And this one actually has a pretty solid plot overall. And that's what is important, I guess. So, yeah, if you have not seen this one yet, folks, I would say give it a shot. No pun intended, of course. And I can also say that if you're definitely just a fan of Western films overall, I'll say definitely watch this. If you've not seen it, give it a watch. Especially if you're a fan of Western, folks. That's for sure. So, yeah, this one's pretty crazy in its own little way, and I do think that this one is definitely not that bad. Really, it's really good actually. So, even though I was never a fan, like I said before, folks, even though I was never a fan of of this genre really, but I want to review this because not a whole lot of people are talking about these more obscure titles, I guess, because a lot of people want to talk about the more up to date movies, the more modern stuff. But I'll be like the exact opposite. I want to dig more into the past, really, and just speak about that instead. And yeah, I know that in some ways that makes me stand like a sore thumb because when it comes to YouTube, I know when it comes to YouTube, a lot of people like to do like a popularity contest kind of a thing. Except for me, though. Except for me. Because I like to do my own things, alright? I do it my way. The way I want to do my own stuff. So, yeah. Even if the movie review community on YouTube want to do more of the up to date stuff, I'll be over here in my little corner talking about these movies. Yeah. Let's see some more cup of tea. Speaking of tea, I need some more tea. I need some more to drink. So, yeah. All I can really say is the acting in here is pretty solid. I like the acting in here overall, especially from John Wayne and whatnot. And the actor who plays the friend of John Wayne's character also does a pretty good job as well. So there's not much to really complain about it. Like I said, this may not be the most action-based, action, fast-paced film ever, but it's alright, I guess. I know these types of movies you expect it to be more quick, the action more, I guess, more action packed. But I guess they're trying to go forward with the more story driven. Not to say you can't have a lot of action and a lot of story at the same time, but it just comes out they're trying to be more driven with the characters, I guess, which is fine by me. I don't mind that. So I'll give this film an overall rating of a 7.2 out of 10. It gets a 7.2 out of 10 for me. Of course, as always, thanks for watching and take care. Until next time, see ya. Oh yeah.